So you start the season with a victory, and then in week 2, you go up against UCLA. Now, you guys have had a lot of success against Pac-12 schools since 2016, but you had never beaten UCLA before. What kind of thoughts and emotions were you feeling when you hit the field against them?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy looking back and hearing the history between San Diego State and UCLA, and San Diego State's never beaten UCLA, especially being two like Southern California teams. You would think, sometime in our history we would have won. So going into that game, yeah, there was history behind it, but none of the guys on the team have played UCLA before. None of the guys on UCLA have played us before, so it was a whole different game. But walking onto the Rose Bowl, being in there, and the granddaddy of them all, it was a special moment. But as soon as that clock starts going, and it's a normal football game, and really lucky to come out with a win there. Played our butts off against a really good UCLA football team that we're seeing now, and it was a really monumental win for our school and for all the guys on the team.
I mean, you sort of answered it, but I was going to say you passed for 293 yards and a TD. You beat UCLA 23-14. That's the first win over the Bruins in 23 attempts. I mean, anytime you throw for nearly 300 yards in a win over a big-time program, it's going to be special. But if you're a kid in Texas and you're growing up and you're thinking about games like this, what was it like to show up on that big stage at the Rose Bowl, play the way you did, get a win, something that the program had not had before? What do you remember about that game most?
The thing that I take back most is you got to treat that game like anything else. Yeah, it was in the Rose Bowl. It's a huge atmosphere against a great team in UCLA. But if you go in with that mindset, you might press too much or you might be too scared. So you have to go in. You have to take your coaching. I think our coaches did a great job preparing us for that week. Not building up too much, but letting us know, how big of a game it was. And we just tried to use everything we did from the off season in January and just said, as long as we play our football, play as best as we can, let the cards fall where they may. And defense played outstanding, special teams played outstanding, and I just try and do my part. If I'm getting the ball into the hands of the playmakers, they make me look good. As long as I get the ball in the hands of those guys, then I'll be all right.